Hello everyone, welcome back and welcome to part 2 of this replay between Grez and Sen here on Kulas Ravine. Zerglings might maybe trying to come in through this front door now, at least trying to take down this Tech Lab. Tech Lab is fairly exposed. However, Hellions and Marauders will be able to take down those Zerglings if they stay too close there. So perhaps a Roach or a Hydralisk will be able to focus down this particular Tech Lab, but that Tech Lab is not researching anything just quite yet. Army-wise, Grez sitting on a double army size compared to Sen. Sen, however, has the stronger economy with off of 35 harvesters compared to 28. And now Hellions now coming out to do a little bit of an engagement. Production-wise, we are getting the level 1 weapon and armor upgrades for the infantry units, and also putting down an armory. Hatchery nearly completed, or has been completed over here by Sen, grabbing a Zelnaga Watchtower, quickly activated, and now in comes a scanner sweep. So Zerglings already in the ready. Zerglings are upgraded 0-0, so no real upgrades on those units. And now out come these units as Zerglings trying to focus down a lot of these Hellions are not going to really work out. Hydralisks really need to focus down those Hellions as well. So those Hydralisks doing a lot of focus fire, able to take down a lot of those units. And now in comes a Spike Crawler. Spike Crawler trying to attack, going back and forth. Overlords covering up the majority of my view as this army are just continuing to fight back on each other. It looks as though Sen may be on the losing end of this particular fight. There's a lot of medevacs in the air, but those medevacs are unable to deal any damage, and that last Marauder gonna get taken down as there's 3 medevacs now pulling back. So Grez losing a majority of that army in that fight, and now Sen losing a lot of his drones as well. So Grez having 34 harvesters compared to Sen's 26-28. A single queen over here, however, will be able to make up a lot of the economic difference if Sen is able to fully saturate these 6 mineral patches over here. Now we have additional barracks being produced, so it looks like Grez going for a triple barracks play or quadruple barracks play now. A lot of medevacs in the medevacs, 5 medevacs offering a lot of healing, and now level 1 weapon upgrade already being researched. Is there double engineering base? So one right here, one right here. So going for the level 2 weapons upgrade and perhaps the level 2 armor upgrade as soon as there is enough gas to support it. Now putting down a reactor in order to be able to pump out those marines. So Grez doing a massive infantry army in order to do a strong push here. Sen now getting back up economically speaking. 35 harvesters compared to 41 is a little bit stronger since he is harvesting out of these mineral patches over here. So these mineral patches return 7 per trip as opposed to the typical 5. Hydralisks now coming in. There's already Marauders and everything just being unloaded off into this position. So those Marauders should be able to focus down a lot of these units, any of these drones, but those drones are all transferred away to this high yield mineral location. So if those drones being transferred to that high yield mineral location will be able to harvest minerals at a higher rate. Hydralisk now moving around on that creep. The movement speed of Hydralisk on creep is fairly fast. And now dropping down some of those Marauders as well. Hydralisk coming in, getting a couple shots in, trying to focus down those 3 Marauders, and those Marauders taking that fair share of damage. Medevac now down to 40 hit points as well. So these Hydralisks are sitting at fairly low hit points, a couple 37. Actually, don't get into the details. Medevac still back over here offering support, trying to deny any mining off of this particular mineral patch. However, Grez still does not know about this high yield mineral location, and without stopping that high yield mineral location, it's going to be fairly difficult. Grez taking on an Overlord, so Grez. So Sen does know that there's a very large infantry army now coming in. We already have some Banelings, so Banelings with that splash damage and that detonation will be, does I believe, is it 50 or 40, 35 damage toward these units. Banelings going to be trying to come in. Banelings exploding into all of these Marauders. Marines very, very smart, able to hide it on to that backside, onto the back of that army, and now Grez with the 3,000 mineral infantry army should be able to finish off the rest of the Hydralisks and Zerglings of Sen. So the infantry army of Grez able to push out, and Grez takes this game. Thanks for watching. Thanks for listening. I'm going to do a quick recap. Grez playing pretty smart throughout this whole entire time. Even though he did not know about this high yield mineral expansion, Sen probably should have transferred some of the drones from this location to here as well. That would have given Sen a much higher rate of a much higher mineral return rate per minute, and on top of that, be able to support higher production. No real upgrades coming in at all from any of the evolution chambers. Zerg really benefits from those upgrades because they have a lot of strong numbers. So a +1 weapons upgrade when you have like 60 Zerglings is an additional 60 damage per attack. So and that is going to be fairly important or fairly strong. Sen, I really like the placement of his Overlord throughout this whole entire map. It does make it fairly easy for Grez in order to do any hunting and shooting with Vikings. However, Sen had just vast amounts of knowledge in terms of the map site throughout the whole entire game, knowing that Grez was just stuck to a single base play this whole entire time. And Grez just was able to macro up a very strong army. Perhaps Sen should have gone for in some investors, probably some fungal growth in order to slow down that Marine Medevac Marauder army, making it so that those Medevacs would be forced to try to waste a majority of their energy healing, as I believe a fungal growth can really end up doing like 300 to 500 damage across a lot of those units, and those units become stationary, making it much easier for banelings to run into and suicide. Grez sitting with 2-1 upgrades, definite bonus compared to 0-0 Zerglings here. So those 0-0 Zerglings were getting taken down by what, 7 shots from a Marine, and then always 4 shots from a single Marauder there. So that really helped out. Also, the Zerglings would have taken a lot more additional attacks. Normally it takes 11 attacks for a Zergling to take down a 55 hit point Marine, but even I believe like 13, is it 15 attacks? 15, yeah, no, 13 attacks. So additional 2 attacks in order to take down one of those Marines. Anyways, thanks for watching, thanks for listening. I hope you guys enjoyed it, and I will be casting more games between Grez versus Sen today.